What if the emotions you crave are behind those walls that you're not letting down? I want you guys in chat while I'm talking to talk about what is one bad thing that you guys think happens when you let your walls down, when you are open about your feelings, and when you are open about your emotions, and when you become vulnerable. It doesn't have to be to the public, but it could be to that best friend. It could be to that lover. It could be to your mother, father, like a family member. What do you guys think? What holds you back from opening up to other people? And I want you guys to please, seriously, even if you don't have to be very super specific. You can be broad, but like, what are the cons to opening up and letting down your walls? Sandy said rejection. Absolutely. I think that's the biggest one. A lot of us are being judged. Not everyone accepts you, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. And so this is and so that's a good. I'm glad that you said that, Jess, because this isn't about is it a bad thing or a good thing, but what do you think are the cons? I guess what's a con to opening up, and what because what I've realized on this journey. Talking to so many hundreds and thousands of people, and someone that has promoted a movement that's based around mental health and breaking free of limitations, there are so many people that literally are like, F opening up, F letting my walls down, hell no. And so I think I'm glad I want everyone to be open as well. I want everyone to. This is a no judgment zone, and I'm telling you, don't test Shifter. Don't test me when it comes to my safe zone, and it's not testing me; it's testing other people. This is a judgment free zone. And so if I see any disrespect, and I mean even a little bit, like I love you, but some people get too close and they can suck your energy. Dang, energy, the life sucker. The life sucker. That's an amazing one. Thank you guys. These are all such valid and just legit reasons of why it's scary to let down your walls. What about, here's one that I have dealt with personally. Letting down your walls and that and those emotions and those feelings being used against you. Has anyone dealt with that before? Is the things you say when you are vulnerable get used against you? I think it's I've always been judged for being open in general. I try not to be, but I'm not gonna change for someone else's comfort. Slayer said yes, 100%. Yep, for sure. Oh yeah. See, and that's the thing is, that's where it's bit me a lot. You guys already know I'm a very an emotional individual that wears his heart on his sleeve. I've always been that way ever since I was younger. Whether I was writing poems, poetry, songs, writing love notes, listening to Usher, Chris Brown back. I've always been that emotional. We talked about this. We were talking about what A Walk to Remember. The Lovey, the Notebook. I will cry with you during those movies. And it's and this is why I wanted to talk about it. Is because I have been someone that has been open so much, and I am someone that continually gets hurt by being open, and to this very day, and to this very morning. And there's we talk about these bad things, and what I want to do now is there's so much. Like look at how much we've had probably 50 messages roughly ballpark estimate on why opening up can be a negative thing. So many people judged me when I started my own YouTube channel. 100% creature. You know how many people, it's crazy the amount of people that have doubted me, that have questioned, what the hell are you doing, Shifter? Like, why are you making vlogs? Like, why are you on a motorcycle making videos? Like, it makes no sense. Like, why are you doing all of this work? Like, and mind you guys, I've been doing this for 3 years now. And while that's a long time to some people, it's not a long time to a lot of creators who have been doing this a decade. You know, I talk about in my song, The Truth. They were laughing at me. Now they all just got their hands out. They gonna recognize that it's the truth and nothing else. You gotta shift your minds. Go listen to The Truth for me today, guys. It's a let's shift it. Let's shift it. What are some good things? What are some good things about opening up and releasing that energy and speaking your truth? What are some good things? Keep it flowing, guys. You guys are doing amazing. I really appreciate the engagement a lot. Seriously. Mama Peggy, I feel normally showing vulnerability shows strength. If they don't accept your authenticity, truth, then that is on them. Ding! Mama Peggy with a truth bomb. Slayer. I've never had a good experience, so I can't engage on this one. Sorry. Well, you know what? Let's make, you know what? F that, Slayer. We're going to make your good experience right now. This is going to be your good experience. You stating the fact that you have never had a good experience opening up is you opening up right now. And you know, I'm sorry. It's hard when we've been hurt and damaged, and believe me, Slayer, believe me, I promise you, there's a reason why I talk about this stuff with you guys. There's a reason why I bring this stuff up, and it's stuff I'm going through. It's stuff I'm dealing with. The majority of the things that I talk about, the things that we do here, it's all stuff that I'm going through. And the soul feels lighter, the freedom to feel at peace. Oh, love that. Mama Peggy said worded incorrectly. We knew exactly what you meant, Mama. You're good. You don't have to be grammarly perfect. Your grammar doesn't have to be perfect. Slayer, there's aspects to, so here's, you know, it's crazy how everything connects. And, you know, I look at stuff like with my brother who lost his battle of mental health a year ago. And I look at the things that I've been through, and I look at the people that I've talked to, and the souls that I've connected with on this journey. And we have been hurt to a point where we feel like we can't talk about it. Slayer's comment was exactly the pinnacle of what I mean right there. Where you have been clouded by this darkness to the point where you feel like there's never been any light. You feel like you've been battling this for so long, whether it is about opening up your feelings, or whether it's about feeling like you're not doing anything. It doesn't matter what it's about. It's just this negative emotion has been clouded over you to the point where you feel like you have never had a good experience being open. And there's a moment where, regardless of how shitty or how crappy or just how horrendous life could be, there's truth in the fact of finding joy in every single moment. And if you're telling me that you can't find joy, Like, you're talking to the dude that was laying on my brother's deathbed in the hospital, finding joy, doing everything I could to find joy, even just every day finding joy. Someone that's had to move 3 times in the last 6 months, 7 months, year roughly. Someone that has navigated through so many struggles, and we all have a story to tell. We all have been through it. We've all been through something. But I can promise you, Slayer, there's joy in your journey. Slayer, you are safe here. Thank you, Mama. And you know, there's this aspect of I want to be the one to tell you guys there is this fine line of protecting your. Who here struggles with going back to people that they shouldn't? Who here struggles with, and it doesn't have to be relationships, it could be just friendships, it could be a family member, it could be anyone, literally. Nesca says in the past, yeah. I think I want to shift your mindset right here, Slayer, and anyone else, everyone else. What if it's the fact of that opening your walls isn't what's hurting you, but what if it's just the fact of who you're opening your walls up to? Who are you deciding to let in those walls? Who is? Will you repeat the question? Going. I asked if has anyone struggled with going back, connecting with an individual that has hurt them, that maybe they shouldn't be connecting with. You have a pretty bad childhood. Thanks to you, I'm always on the positive energy. Omar, appreciate you so much, brother. Look at you. Now you're over here, you bodybuilding, doing a bunch of that's. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And I've here's the thing is that I am someone that has been so open with my feelings and my emotions, and I want to prove my point. Is that there's been individuals in my life that I have opened up to. I'm the same person, like, I promise you guys, like the who you guys are talking to and chatting to right now is the way that I am in life. Sometimes I go on these rants and these the adrenaline kicks in, but it's the authenticity that allows us to connect with people. It's the authenticity that allows us to maintain long connections and real connections, not ones that's forged by Instagram comments or being attractive or being handsome or radiating energy. It's authenticity is what allows people to really connect. Slayer says, someone used me to where I thought they were a safe space, and they were just here to use me to get someone else. Now, I want to ask another question for you guys. Who here is a safe zone for themselves? And I'm being so serious. Who here is making sure that they are their own safe zone and that they are truly taking care of themselves? Because I'll tell you what, I with how much I am struggling, I can honestly say that I'm working really hard. I'm working really hard on taking care of myself. We see double of me. Wait, hold on. I forgot to switch it back. So here's the thing, Cadence. You said 80% of the time yes, 20% of the time no. And this goes back to that cloud. I was telling you guys about, talking to you guys about, is that 20%, even though it's only 20%, that 20% has so much weight on you, and we don't realize it. It could be 5%, and it could have so much weight on you. And so I think Sandy, you said it. You said it perfectly. Jess said it as well. Jenna said it as well. I try my best, and that's really that's truthfully what we can do, is trying our best. And for those of you guys that were here, that were part of that stream with my mom, she asked me, what does success look like for you? What does success look like for you? And my answer to that was attacking that voice in the back of your mind, knowing that you should be doing this. You should be doing this with your life. You should be, I should stop sleeping, going to bed so late. I need to get, I tell myself every day I need to get more sleep. Why haven't I started working on that? There's, yeah. There's the 1% of time that you don't take care of yourself is 100% leaving a chance of a 100% opening for you. And believe me when I say this, like I know that I'm open, and you, like, I've built this platform, and I have a lot of individuals might view me as someone that is like, I wish I could be this. I wish I had what this person had. That's another, you want to know, one of my biggest things with my mental health is comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. Many times we self-sabotage consciously or unconsciously. There we go. You literally read my mind as I'm saying that. Comparison. It's me comparing things. And there's a lot of it. People can look at me and, oh, he's got a big following. He's doing, there's these things that I am very proud of. But what good do those things do if I'm constantly comparing myself to someone that has something that I don't? And that's why sometimes that's why sometimes I unplug from socials. That's why sometimes I need to just be to myself. It's to embrace myself. And so I wanted to talk today about letting down your walls. I want to give you guys just a quick example of, like I mentioned earlier, maybe it's not letting down your walls that's hurting you, but maybe it's who you're letting down your walls around. Because I've let my walls down around certain individuals, and it has burned me over and over and over and over again, and it doesn't stop because I don't stop. But then here I am, we have this shifter fam here, and while I'm opening my walls and saying the same things to the shift family. Look at the love and the support. Why is it that I'm saying the same words, the same feelings, the same emotions around different people and getting different outcomes? There is a fine line of being too open and, being cautious. But if I had to choose, like, are you going to be 100% open with everyone? or 100% reserved. I'm going to choose 100% open every time. Speak your truth. Speak how you feel. How many times do we struggle with bottling things up? Not telling people how we feel. I know there's been a few of us in there. Tierra said that's why I don't let my walls down, because of certain people that I surround myself with. Then it's time for a shift. It's time for a change. Because look at what the shifter movement has done and what it is. And some of you guys are new here. Some of you have been here for 6 months, this earth, the last 2 months. Some of you have been here for 3 years. This movement goes deep, y'all. It goes very deep. I have 600 posts on Instagram, and every single post, there's 2 posts that I have repurposed out of over 600 pieces of content. Scroll back and look at the OG days. There's so much there. And so everyone has their opinion, and what's important is you have to do what you feel like is best for you. But you have to ask yourself, and I think what's important is that by doing what's best for you is also being very honest and aware with yourself. It's okay to admit your faults to yourself and to know, like, damn, I've been messing up. I need to change. I need to stop doing this. Maybe that's that voice in the back of your head. That's why I say, like, those things are going to lead you to some type of just growth and success. It might not it doesn't define the success, but I think it's truly what's going to lead you guys to breaking free. Battling that voice and doing the things you don't want to do. Black said it's second nature for me, unfortunately. And you know what? Fortunately, that's why you landed right here in the Shift family. I'm grateful you're here, Lex. I appreciate you. And this is the energy and the vibes of what we're going to be doing here. There comes a point in time where you have to take some ownership of the unfortunate deck of cards you've been dealt. Because Caden said I'm high sensitive as well. I'm sensitive as well. Me too. You're not alone. I'm emotional. Y'all seen that post about me being a sensitive father and my daughter being ruthless. I've struggled with also being that one person where you can, as someone that promotes mental health, that has this community, that has a safe zone and promotes it. I have also realized there's pros and cons with everything, but being a source and an outlet for people to truly feel like they can have their walls down and not be judged requires me to make sure that I'm doing. I have to practice what I preach. I have to make sure I'm taking care of myself and I'm giving out energy to other individuals who are struggling. And if I'm not giving that energy to myself, what do you think is going to happen? Shift's missing streams. Shift's not consistent on socials. Shift is lost in the abyss. So many of you guys in chat here, I've had conversations with a lot of you guys, like personally. There's so many beautiful individuals here, so many kind souls that are so nice and open. I'm here for you. Message me, DM me on Instagram. Send me a message. I got you. And I hope and I pray that you are working on having that same energy for yourself. Because I think that friendships and relationships can be a mask. Everyone needs a couple people in their life who can also hold up the mirror for us. Ooh, Mama Peggy hit him with that. Damn. Woo. Everyone needs a couple people in their life who can hold up the mirror for us. Damn. That's deep. To safely share the truth when we need to hear it. But they need to do it with gentleness and love. Lex, and you know what's crazy is, like, I've talked about this. Y'all know I got superpowers. Y'all know I got these spidey senses. But Lex, I could sense that instantly. And believe me when I say that, that's what created Shifter. There's gonna be a point, and I'm gonna play the truth here for you guys soon. And I please, guys, just listen. Whether you like the song or not, just listen to the lyrics. There's gonna be a point. I have this quote that I made up. When the fear of your current situation outweighs the fear of change, that's when a legend is born. There's a time where Lex, like, there's gonna be a time where you can't take it anymore. Slayer earlier we were talking about it. There's gonna be a time, you're gonna hit that moment where you truly cannot take it anymore. And I mean, you might be telling yourself that, like, oh, I'm so, like, I don't like how life is. I'm not enjoying my life right now. I'm not enjoying where things are going. You might be in the abyss. But there's gonna be a day where you truly cannot take it anymore. You know, Lex just said earlier about he's gotten to the point where, you know, sorry, I don't remember the exact words you said, but it was something about you've gotten to this point where you don't see the value of opening up. You just don't open up anymore. But what I just saw in chat with you even saying that, like, is that you opening up? Do we get him to open up a little bit? And I think there's this part of you, and I say this because, like, this is I've been through this. Like, this is me. I want you guys to protect yourselves going forward, but I want you guys to start living. And I see too many people that aren't living. And it makes me sad. Lex, I know it's hard, and I know it's hard to trust people, but stop putting trust in other people. I have been burned so many times. And, you know, here's the thing is, like I said, I talked about this earlier. Maybe it's not the problem that you're opening your walls, but maybe what's the problem is who you're opening your walls around and who you're letting. I had to repeat that again. It's who are you letting in those walls? Who are you allowing in your safe zone? And are they safe for you? That's the question. Are the people safe for you that you're providing a safe zone for? Just open up to the right people. There you go. Exactly. And I think that's why it's hard for us. These bridges get burned. I was saying, we were doing like Q&As earlier, and I was saying that's, you know, That's what I realize is like how I'm opening up right here, right now, and we have there's such good energy, but then there's that one person can really just mess it up for us all, mess everything up. That one person, it's the one person we put all of our eggs into that basket, a relationship, a best friend. And then what happens is that we get hurt and we don't heal. That's a big thing too. I have purposely stayed single for almost a year now because I'm not ready. I'm healing. This healing process has been one that's been very difficult. And I think that when we're healing, we're vulnerable. And when we're vulnerable, that's when we connect with other vulnerable individuals. And then it's a pattern. You connect with other people that aren't fully there with self-love, or not. You connect with people that aren't even working on self-love, and then wonder why you get burned. How do you expect someone to truly love you and to truly like look out for you if they can't look out for themselves? It's not to say that they're not there for you. It's not to say that this person has not been a positive impact in your life. But what's to say that when times of trial happen that they won't cross you? Or that when you have certain expectations on a relationship or a friendship or a professional, like there's this aspect of you are who you hang out with, and you are also a beam, a beacon. That's the thing we don't realize. I always talk about energy and radiating, and yeah, it's funny and it's part of the brand, but like it's so serious. We all radiate this energy, and it's attractive, and people are attracted to it. Burying yourself into 9 prestiges is one of the worst things I think you could have done recently, brother. I've talked about this with all of you guys here. This has been my problem. My problem is my whole life I buried myself in things that didn't give me real value in life, real joy and excitement. I used to play League of Legends for 8 hours a day. I used to literally every day I would just game and game and game and do things that were just fun. They were fun for me. I thought that it was what I needed. I need to unplug. I need to relax. I need to just not stress about life. But I talk about this too is what is going to lead you to breaking free? If I can give you one actionable item that's not just some bullshit, that little voice in the bat ninja, when you're hitting your 9th prestige, there's something in the back of your head that's telling you should be doing something else. You have so much goddamn potential. And that's what I see it in you. I see it in so many of these beautiful people and these souls, and we all have so much waiting for us. Who am I to give you shit for a 9th prestige when I've buried myself before too? But Mama Peggy said it best just a little bit ago. We need those people in our lives that will hold a mirror up for us. There's a void in everyone's heart. And I talked about this on the stream with my mom. And we all fill that void with something. And it's imperative and important. Like, Sometimes I'm way too plugged into shifter. I'm telling you guys, from the moment, ask Mama Peggy. Mama Peggy's here in chat. She'll tell you, from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, I am constantly just plugged in. And it has its cons sometimes. I need to unplug. But this is my mask that I wear. This is my how I fill my void. I fill my void with something that's giving me value, and not just entertainment, not just but I mean like growth. We are all broken. We are all damaged. We all have a story to tell. And I want you guys to leave this conversation being okay with being vulnerable and open and letting your walls down. Not with me, not with anyone in chat, but being like vulnerable for yourself. And I'll tell you what, like bottling up those emotions, that's not being vulnerable with yourself. We talked about this earlier of why we don't open up. We open up and we get rejected. We have this fear of rejection. We have this fear of people making fun of us for doing things or for feeling a type of way. What are you filling your void with? How much doom scrolling are you doing? I'll tell you what, shifts doom scrolls a lot. That's a big thing for me, and it sucks my energy. What if the person, what if the life you want, what if the energy, the feeling, what if the emotions you crave are behind those walls that you're not letting down? Maybe they're not. But I've gotten to a point, I can't live like that anymore. I can't live wondering what if anymore. I will try and fail and just, I will keep going because I'm tired of living my life of I should have done this, I should have done that. Fill your void today. 15 minutes, everyone. 15 minutes, please, for me, for you. Take 15 minutes today and fill that void with something different. Try something different. Please, step outside of your comfort zone. And watch how we all grow. Watch how things just change. If you're anyone like me and you're tired of how life has just completely beat you down, then just give yourself 15 minutes. Find something to fill that void with, a passion, a hobby, but something that is going to bring you value. So many people laughed at me when I started moto vlogs. So many people laughed at me when I wanted to open up a merch business. You're going to sell clothes. You're not a designer. Bleep that out. So many people why are you making music? I did that for me. It was me filling that void. You know, frustrated people judge always. People who don't love themselves, people who are frustrated in life. I'll tell you what, life has been beating the shift out of me. And I mean that. This has been the hardest year of my life. The hardest year of my life. Hands down, not even a question. But like, why do I feel a sense of happiness? Why do I feel motivation? Why do I feel connected to people? Why do I feel so excited to keep pursuing on this journey I'm on? And it's because for the last 3 years, I've been working on self-love. Damaged people damage others. People who don't love themselves cannot have the capacity to love someone else. And what is love? What is love? What's the definition of love? It's an opinionated question. Because I'll tell you what, the person I was 5 years ago thought I knew what love was. Love means so much. Love has such a different definition for me now. Because I actually started to love myself. Judging is free, but also hating yourself is too. When I have people that troll me still, I have people that make fun of me still in the comments, and like I genuinely like they don't get to me. Because I know they're struggling. All right, guys. Next Wednesday, 12 p.m. Central Time. A week from today, we're going to be meeting back up here. I have a homework assignment for you. 15 minutes. Hold on, Jess said, I just read being single for, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I said like, this is why I've been single the last year. And why I've been honestly very turned off from like relationships is because I've finally wait, hold up. I'm trying to read this. Sorry, my ADD. Is because like I've had such a bad experience with love and you know, relationships and connections that it has tainted that. But also I've found the beauty of just like of what I'm doing, of who I am. And I'm only human. We talked about this when I did the when I did the interview with my mom. Like, trust me, like, y'all don't think I get lonely? Y'all don't think that, you know, that I'm a human. Newsflash, groundbreaking moment. It's lonely. But I've been blessed to have 2 daughters. And you know what? We talked about this too. Is even using, it's not using, but there are some aspects to where my daughters have become a crutch for my mental support. I got my baby girls here. I'm good, you know? Like, I don't use them as a mental crutch, but like I subconsciously realize like I'm attached to my girls, you know? Not just like it's an emotional attachment. Homework assignment for you guys. This week, I'm being so serious. I'm going to be that little voice in the back of your head that I was talking about. I don't give a shift how busy you are, how many jobs you work, how much things are on your plate. If I showed y'all my to-do list, which to-do list y'all want to look at? We're all busy. We're all I don't care how many kids you have. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Today, tomorrow, do something for you that's going to give you joy, and not so much even just like an emotional enjoyment, like of, burying yourself into something. But 15 minutes, I'm going to be specific. I want you to spend 15 minutes this week, today actually, of tackling that little voice in the back of your head. There's things I got to do today that I don't want to do, but I know I need to. That little voice, I'm going to tackle it with you guys. I'm going to spend 15 minutes as well. You're not alone. I will do it with you. Wow, what a stream today. What a stream. Thank you for the engagement, guys. Thank you so much. Next Wednesday, we'll be back. We'll have another topic for you guys. This is what these calls are going to be like on Wednesday. Shifter fam, therapy sessions.